What's up, guys? So I'm gonna do another how loud is it video with my decibel meter, noise meter, and I'm gonna use my Tippmann A5. I have the stock spring in here, and then I have my sight thing attached, and then the lighten valve spring. I have it running on CO2 because that seems to be the more powerful gas for this one. My HPA tanks are only 800 psi output, so it just can't compete most of the time. And on the weekend, or like yesterday I should say, I picked up an offset hopper adapter. So as you can see, the hopper used to get in the way of the red dot, but now it's completely out of the way. That piece was like $5, and all I needed to do is add a tiny bit of electrical tape to kind of like the area where it secures into the marker. But yeah, so far it's been fine. I also still have this little like heightener, which didn't move this out of the way, but this can work as a mini hopper, so I could put about 50 rounds in this. So I could use this offset thing and that little can if I didn't want to have my hopper. But anyway, I'm just gonna get some general noise readings with this, and I'm using 3.6 gram nylon balls. The stuff I'm pretty much planning on using on this, aside from paintballs. And the way this is right now, it's probably hitting 17 or 18 joules, maybe. I'll chrono a couple, but I just want to see how loud it is. So I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, turning on my noise meter. So there's a few cars driving around, so that's kind of just the ambient noise. Yeah, about 52 decibels, just ambient. So I'm gonna fire this, and I have my 12-inch custom products barrel. I removed the tape off of it. 282, so it's a little bit lower than I thought, but this tank isn't full. 308. So those, out of those two shots, it went up to 86 decibels. So that's not that bad. It's a little bit quieter than the other stuff I've been using. .310, 86. Up to 91.8 with the flurry of shots. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'll leave this barrel on here for now. And yeah, I really like having 200 rounds, even though it's just kind of fun to have that many shots. And then you have a giant tank. You have a big old tank to power all these shots. So I'm pretty sure I could probably get, you wouldn't need it because I mean I'm not taking on an army or anything. This is just kind of like a last resort type of thing, or like shooting coyotes or something around my area because I live like in a canyon kind of area. This holds 200 rounds. With this little extra thing, it probably adds like 10 or 20 extra rounds. So yeah, 200 rounds, and this tank, when it's full, will push about 400 shots through this thing, maybe 500. It's not the most efficient. More modern paintball guns or paintball markers, they're way more efficient with air and CO2. This thing wants like 800 psi or higher all the time, 700 psi inside of it. It wants that high pressure. Modern paintball markers, they can work with like 200 feet per second. 200 psi input, or like 150 psi input. They can use less air and get the same speed flying out for paintball usage. And but the thing is, with the modern stuff, you can't really change it around too much because they don't make stuff for it to like aftermarket parts to increase the speeds and stuff. It kind of just, the valves and everything kind of get hung up, or they stop working correctly if you start pushing those things hard. So an older paintball marker such as this, or like a Tippmann 98, or something from like the mid 2000s that's not electronic, would probably work a lot better than it would work a lot better for a self-defense, home defense, mostly home defense marker or platform versus a modern paintball marker. That's why I wouldn't get a electronic like $600 paintball gun or $1,000 paintball marker. It'd be nice to have, but it'd be strictly just for paintball. And yeah, it's really hard to get those types of things to work correctly, and adding a lot of pressure through them and expecting them to run on 800 psi or higher without breaking. And then if you break it, you just broke like $1,000 paintball marker. They're more for fast shooting, reliable, and like below 300 feet per second with a 3-gram ball or a 3-gram paintball. That's mostly what newer modern paintball markers are used for. So yeah, 92 decibels at the high speed or high range, 86 on the low, and whatever 310 was on a 3.6 gram ball. So it's not terrible, but it's not great. And then yeah, this is just the stock spring. I don't have the high powered spring in here because yeah, I just cleaned it out, lubed it up and stuff. I just want to run some rounds through it. I think my tank is almost done, so I'll probably have to get that filled next weekend or something. But I just refilled my red one, so I have one tank completely full, and I have a bunch of air tanks, like actual air tanks, not CO2, in the house. So yeah, that was fun. Thanks for checking it out, and see you guys next time.